It's 3 years since what happened at the U.S. Capitol. Donald Trump has said that he's going to pardon all of the people who went into that Capitol on his first day in office. How do you feel about that?
I feel like he has made his decision. He's going to stick by, and I'll support him in that decision.
You know, there have been over 900 convictions. Do you think that there is some culpability on the part of the former president in what happened on January 6th?
I believe there could be, but that's not for me to say. So I believe there could be.
But if he wants to pardon them, you're cool with that because it's him.
Yes, sir.
It's 3 years since the insurrection in Washington. Donald Trump said on day one, if he's president, he's going to pardon the felons there. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do because, there's people, they put some of them away longer than they put armed robbers. I don't know about murderers, but I think some people got 18 years. They didn't kill anybody. There's people in my town that have done drugs and they're walking the street and they're got probation. Why do we treat these like hardcore criminals?
Tomorrow's January 6th. It'll be 3 years since what happened at the Capitol. You know, Donald Trump said on his first day in office that he would pardon all of the people who were there and convicted. Over 900 people thus far convicted. How do you feel about that?
Say that again?
Donald Trump has said that he's going to pardon all of the January 6th convicted felons on his first day in office were he to be elected again. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't really know much about that, but yeah, see what he does, I guess.
Now, is it just me, or do these guys seem afraid to admit that Trump's wrong?
Do you agree that Donald Trump should pardon all of the January 6th convicted felons?
I do, because there's too many of them that shouldn't be there. Both of us were part of groups that were actually going to jump on buses and come to Washington, D.C., and we would have been part of that.
Well, on January 6th, I'd seen a lot of people voicing their opinion about how this country should be run, and I didn't see violence like they talked about. I watched violence for a whole year before that. Burning down great cities in this country, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, terrorizing great cities. Can you call New York the Big Apple anymore? That's what the world knew it as. Now it's a rotten apple. And it's because of the crime. It's because people are let run wild. There's no control. Nobody is taking the stand that they should be. And we the ones that need to be standing. And maybe sometimes, more people need to get involved in a situation instead of just pull out their camera and videotape it.
What about January 6th, though? What about, pardoning those convicted felons?
I guarantee you most of them people didn't do anything to deserve what they had to go through. And if they're sitting in jail, which is illegal in this country, I believe, only because it's in Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, they can pull something like that off. You can't just lock somebody up for no reason. You got to have a reason. Insurrection, that was an insurrection. What was all the other riots and burning downs and stuff that was going on before that? What was all that? Nothing?
And of course, the GOP narrative that crime is out of control and it's growing everywhere, and as soon as Democrats get in office, it just explodes and nobody knows what to do. That's not backed up by facts. And it's also an incredibly old gripe that Republicans have been making for decades.
When I go out now, I take my wedding band off. I put it in my pocket because I don't want to get jacked. And I'm very athletic.
Think that they're going to...
That's what you tell your wife when you forget to put it back on.
Stop it. Now, of all the things I said on the show, that's going to get me in trouble.
But you leave your watch on?
Oh, shut up, Dana.
Wow. Can I just say, the job of a public defender is to defend their client. They shouldn't have that job if it's...
Change the topic then. Or change the title.
Yeah. Crime is not down. That's like saying inflation is down when it's
you guys, go talk to the FBI.
The former president keeps attacking District Attorney Alvin Bragg by claiming that Manhattan is experiencing a, quote, record high in violent crime. Now, leaving aside the question of how responsible a DA actually is for crime in his jurisdiction, Trump's claim that Manhattan violent crime is at record highs is not even close to true. New York City crime stats are public, so let's take a look at these public numbers. The northern part of Manhattan had 43 murders last year. It's on just about the same pace early this year. That same northern region had 379 murders in 1990, almost 10 times as many. Now, the south part of Manhattan had 35 murders last year. It's on an even better pace this year, versus 124 murders in 1990. And it's not just murder. Every kind of violent crime in Manhattan is way down from that peak.
Can we please not pretend like crime rates aren't higher anywhere you have poverty and less opportunities? So when you gripe about Democrat cities, it's the same in smaller rural white towns that have less opportunities and less of an economy going. When you think about the opioid crisis, where do you think about that? Small rural white towns, especially the modern day one. And then, too, to sit around griping about crime rates. This dude, Donald Trump, got 91 felonies and 4 indictments. And then you look at his E. Jean Carroll case, and he can't stay off of, Truth Social, because he doesn't X now. He doesn't tweet anymore. He can't stay off Truth Social talking crap about all of these people, talking smack about the judges and the prosecutors who are in charge of his future and his fate, at least when it comes to the legal outcome of what's going on. But Republicans ain't never cared about that, and they know it. Like, bruh, Donald Trump's entire legal defense is,
well, I was the president of the United States, so I shouldn't be held, liable for anything that I've done. I shouldn't be held accountable for anything that I've ever done. I'm totally innocent of anything I've ever been accused of.
because, that happens in real life. I mean, bruh, literally verbatim, this dude's defense is, I was the president, so I'm totally immune. And then the other side of his defense is, I'm just a dumb guy who doesn't know how anything works. Like, oh, okay, that's a great argument for you becoming president again. I'm just a dumb guy. And also, I can do whatever I want. I mean, it's completely ridiculous, and it's not much of a campaign. Nonetheless, millions and millions of people want Donald Trump back in the White House.